What is up, guys? It's Simon from PianoPig.com with a very pink eye, so do excuse that. And today I wanted to share a few licks from my brand new course, the Lick Library. This is available to all PianoPig members over in the Academy, and it contains several different lick packs, including 2-5-1 licks, major and minor, diminished licks, and I just wanted to share a few of my favourite licks from the Pentatonic pack. These are all fairly short licks, but the idea behind this is you want them to be as versatile as possible, and the longer a lick is, the less versatile it is. So take these 3 licks and go as deep as you can and just, come up with variations, use them in different positions, and try to get them together in new and creative ways. If you'd like to download the notation for these 3 pentatonic licks, you can do that for free via the link in the description below. There is also a backing track to practice along to, but that's only available to you PianoPig members out there. So if you'd like to get access to that and you're not yet a member, come and join us. Let's do it. This is a nice and straightforward lick. It's only 5 notes, but it has a serious attitude, and it's actually one of my favourites. We start on the 4 of our A minor pentatonic, which I assume you know at this point, and we actually play this flat 5 as a grace note just before we play the 4. It wants to be quite subtle, and you want to try and play the grace note quieter than the actual note we're landing on. You don't want to spend any time on it, it's so quick, but that tiny thing adds so much. Once we land on the 4, we play this. So the entire riff is just these 4 notes. And this note doesn't really count, since it's just a grace note. So it's basically just 3 notes. Once you've got that, and you've spent some time practicing it, try and come up with some variations. You really don't need to change much in order to completely transform it into another word. I'm going to get the backing track on and try and construct an entire solo using nothing but variations of this lick. So hopefully that shows you how infinite just a 3-note lick can be if you go deep and get creative. This is one of my all-time favourite pentatonic licks. You can actually hear this one throughout many jazz records, and it's definitely a known piece of jazz language. We start on the flat 5, or the blue note, and we actually begin with a group of triplets, just playing up the blues scale. One, 2, 1, 2. And then we hit the root note, and then we have another group of triplets starting from the flat 5 again, but this time going down the blues scale. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we just hit the 7. And then we have this. So this can be a little tricky, but we can simplify it later if you need. All we're really doing is playing this D, but we play the C as a grace note just before, and then we subtly play the E flat. And what this does is give the impression we are playing this. But we're just adding these subtle phrasing ideas to really take it to another level. If you want to simplify that last bit, you could just play this instead. So take your time with that one, especially with the phrasing at the end. This is quite a fun little lick. We start on the root note, come down one note of the scale, jump up to the third, then back down to the root, down to the 5, down again to the 4, up to the 7, and finally back down to the 5. There's not much to this one, it's just getting creative with a little pattern all within the pentatonic scale. It's a great piece of language to have though, and it can really complement the other licks we've learnt in this pack very nicely. I'll get the backing track on and construct a solo based around this lick.